All right, we're sitting here watching a support level. Not very good support, but we're trying to get a quick little scalp off of it. How we found the support was that we're on the 1 minute. Let's go to the 12 minute. We saw this breakdown happen. We shorted this breakdown, showed it in the group. There's a 68% win for a quick $80. Now the next level for liquidity grab. If we draw up from the very bottom of this move, which happened to be 100, let's see, 114,900, all the way up to the top of the move, 119, what is that? 100, we'll just say that one, 119,400-ish or so. We got this value area low here, which we can then bring up, I guess. So that's where we, around where we, excuse me, sorry, that's where we entered, look to enter in at, just a roundabout. We also took, let's just clean this up. We took this very level from, say, this level here, 116,900 over here, just to get a general zone of any naked levels to look at. And we happen to get some confluence with this naked value area high that ran across, that's confluent, yeah, with the local value area low, or the value area low level. So then what do? We're on the 12 minute, we zoom into the 1 minute once we know what our support level is. And what will end up happening is you can find your support level by dragging down from where we broke down at. You can probably do that one right there. And then you can say, okay, there's the bottom level. You drag it all the way down to the bottom. Now you're waiting for, in these candles, we'll do the replay. If we can survive this little, we should be able to survive. All right, so what you're looking for is, if you think that's your bottom, somewhere around here, you're waiting for it to pop back up. You got to be able to hold a little bit of red. Got to be able to hold through a little bit of blood, right? It's not always going to be perfect. You can nail these perfectly. It takes a lot of work, takes a lot of effort. But what you're looking for is a bounce back up. Let me double check my audio. Yep. What you're looking for is a bounce back up from, you're looking for a bounce above the point of control level here. You're looking for a bounce above this, the middle line, whatever you have your middle line set as. This is a thick, I have it set as the thick white line, the very obvious line. It's the most important, the thickest part of the volume that you're going to go into. So we're going to run the replay forward, and we should see the candles start to retest that level, break above it, come back to it, break above it, come back to it, and then ultimately break above. That's ultimately what we want to see. All right. So we had to wait a few minutes for that. We broke below. As long as we stay above the support level, and we're right back to where we are now. So once we broke above that level is ideally where you want to take the trade, or you get into the trade at these levels here at the bounce level, and then you set your stop loss slightly below. And I set it at the time for 115,600. We didn't happen to go below that level, so we are going to exit out of replay. We're on the 1 minute chart, and ideally we want to just come back up to, so at the time we're sitting here watching the 1 minute chart. Once we get this breakthrough, also once you get the momentum wave break through the red wave, that's a good sign as well, that we could go at least slightly higher, and then we could take this little trade into a scalp. Now I don't trust this as the ultimate low for Bitcoin. It could be the liquidity grab we need to go into new all-time highs, but I really don't trust it right now. So ultimately what we're looking for is a move up to the value area high here at 116,000, around 800 or so, depending on the exchange you're at. We also got the trend change here from green showing a downtrend to purple showing an uptrend, right? That's very important. And we also got the momentum wave. We got the momentum wave breaking through the VWAP as well. And the white, you want to see the white busting open, and it's not until, as you can see, say over here, it's not until you start to see it trying to flip over into a red dot that you want to, it's another way to say that you want to get out of this trade. Right, so on the 1 minute, we're looking for that. We're just looking for this scalp. I have my sell order set at 116,600. So while you're in profit, or I'm currently in profit, I am going to set my, reset my stop loss to slightly higher than my entry. Okay, we're on the 1 minute. I don't know what's happening. Okay, there we go. I had to catch up. I don't know what was going on. So we have it slightly curling over, and could have been in a much better position. And so my trade, that trade didn't go as well as I wanted to. You could re-enter in at this 116,066 if you start to see another favorable move. We're bouncing slow from this level, but we do want to see it hold this level. I'll enter back into a trade if we do see a favorable bounce. And what I like to do is go into the 15 second. We see a green dot. You want to see, I see it went red dot. Again, you want to see it hold this point of control level, basically 116,000. For me, that'd be getting back into the trade, but I cut the trade short. I was up $55 on it at this little peak. I guess on the 15 second at this peak right here. But if I get back in, I'm getting back in technically at the same spot, maybe just $100 off. So no big deal. We'll see how this 15 second deal pans out. What we're waiting for here now is really, we see the money flow increasing. This is only on the 15 second. The RSI is coming down. Momentum waves busting open to the downside. So we're waiting for something of a green dot or even a bullish divergence, because we did get the red. We did anticipate the red money flow. You see the break of the momentum wave breaking through the money flow. That's the point you want to get in at. Money flow's come back up, so we're going to assume we're going to wait for this 15 second to finish. Right, and then we're going to jump back in to a trade. All right, and we're still setting the same price, 600 as the take profit. All right, because we're assuming money flow stayed green even while the 15 second pullback, so we can go back into the 1 minute. I believe you need a premium. You need premium trading view in order to do this, the second intervals. All right, so you can't use the free one in order to look that deeply. But I mean, typically you don't need anything less than 1 minute. So another good thing is we're starting to see the white money flow started clipping over where we got out, and then we got back in because we started seeing on the 15 second, started going green. On the 1 minute, it's clipping back open. Money flow needs to make a move here. Money flow needs to continue to make its way up as price action is trying to make its way up as well. So re-entering this position now, we have to set our stop loss a little bit lower than, I mean, honestly, we have to set the stop loss back to 115,900 because unfortunately, well, that's where, sheesh. Okay. I don't like it, but yeah, we're going to set it to 16K. If we end up getting stopped out, make, let's see, we're going to set that to 116,700, make 46. It's probably a little over a 2-to-1 ratio. Still not really seeing the money flow break up like we want to. I mean, on these low time frames, you want to see a breakout. So we're going to just hold this trade we're going to hold this video until we see either a breakdown or a breakup. All right. So we're going to risk this trade just like that. Sorry, I'm doing it on mobile. So we'll see how it plays out. But as we're watching this, we're seeing the 1 minute clip over again on the momentum wave. We're still purple on the stochastic, the kind of the uptrend going on here. If we take a look, let's say at the 12 minute, 6 minute, we want to see, there's a green dot right there. 3 minute, it's still flat and even coming down on the higher time frames. We'll go to 12. So he's still coming down, but VWAP came up, and then we got a trend change again right there. So there's still a little bit of hope. And then obviously we go to the 1 hour. 1 hour still busting wide open to the downside. 24 to get a better idea. 24 still hasn't really, I mean, it went red. And you can also tell right here if the money flow goes red, we got a trend change downward on the 24. 12 still showing, actually showing a reversal of the trend as we were kind of in a downtrend. 6 minute trying to go up. 3 minute flat. 1 minute still not looking healthy, and a red dot. So we also have the RSI has went flat at the top, could show higher potential. 1 minute it's struggling to find its identity. Luckily being that we're in a long trade, it's fighting to go back up. But from these levels, you want to see a stronger move back up. You really don't want to sit around and wait for this price action to play out. If it's not a fast V reversal, we come back out to the candles. Like, you want to see a fast V reversal like this price action here, over here. That's typically what you want to see. Let me find a better example. And this is ultimately what we want to see going on over here. It's just the 12 minute. You have this downtrend, and then you have the breakthrough right there. You have the breakthrough right there. So that's what you want to pay attention to. We got that on the 1 minute. Now we want to stay uptrending. We want to continue to see green candles, and we want to continue to see the 1 minute influence the higher time frames. Unfortunately, this was the 12 minute, but unfortunately 1 minute's taking its sweet time. We are continuing an uptrend. Hopefully we break out from this level here. Sorry, hey, how it's so zoomed out, right? It's not very convincing considering we just broke down. It could be an emotional breakdown from retail after the Fed didn't change the interest rate. But again, we're gonna just sit here and let this play out one way or another. Ultimately, another observation, we want to come back to this previous value area high, somewhere around 116,000, almost 900. We at least want to hit back to this value area high level here, the dotted lines, as a front run to the previous value area high, value area low, which would then tell us that we could, if we front run hit here and then pull back, we could come all the way back down here before retesting a little bit higher. Considering we hit this value area low, broke through it, and chopped around before breaking back up, that means we hit that level. Yeah, obviously we can come back down to that level, but the significance of it is it tells us that we hit that level, we've accomplished it. Now we need to find liquidity at other levels. Today's an emotional trading day, considering the news. A lot of people waiting on news to happen in order to trade, and so they'll jump in saying, oh, no interest rate change, so the price must be going down. So yeah, we went down. People were estimating we went down, so that creates short liquidity, that short liquidity. We are in the process of running back up. People that got into trades, institutions that got into trades, assuming that we would, um, that the market would just, have a much bigger, I won't say necessarily a free fall, but a reset. Trump has a lot of people thinking that we have to have um, interest rates lowered, the Fed interest rate lowered in order for the economy to start booming. But from my research, I don't think I've posted it, but from my research talking to Grok AI, we figured out that the last time we were in a recessionary environment with interest rate hikes or interest rate decisions looming with where the economy is at right now. September of 2008, last time we got a rates lowered. All the news outlets were cheering it and saying, "Oh, the economy's back. We're gonna boom for another 6 months to a year." And the little boom only lasted for another month before we went into the Great Recession. So ultimately, what that tells me is we don't want uh, interest rates lowered until the Fed, the powers that be that overlook our economy, until they're ready for a full reset of the entire market, where they've pulled out the majority of their liquidity from crypto, from Bitcoin, from Ether, from stock market, from bonds, until they're ready to just let it crash and we go into another major recession. I don't think that's going to happen until at best end of this year, which aligns with the Bitcoin cycle, which I've been saying in every video, November, December, and at worst, sometime between March and May, second quarter of next year is when they'll let the economy just free fall. So I don't think the interest rate change will happen until at least until after September. So keep that in mind. So again, we're just sitting here waiting for this action to play out. Let's see the 3-minute. See if we can start to see any trends in these momentum waves. We're looking good on our long trade, our continued long trade. We re-entered. What are we at? 16,400. The target is the first target is 116,700. Just playing it safe. Obviously, it says okay. Well, this is 116,680. So I do need to change it back. You always want to have like a $50 to $100 difference in your. Did I say all? No. In your sell order. Okay, 3 minutes. Let's go to the 4-hour. 4-hour just went red. Money flow coming out as well. 3-hour red. Money flow hasn't really moved. 2-hour coming down. 1-hour coming down. So this will serve as just. Right now, this would serve as just a scalp. We had a trigger wave to the downside right there. That would have been the ideal time to get in. Let's take a look. Trigger wave right there, then nothing but green candles for the next 3 hours. So that would have been the time to get in with money flow going red, trend change green to the downside, right? So far we're just treating this as a scalp. We're not trying to hold this long position because it's not looking favorable on the higher time frames, right? Oops, not 6 minutes, 6 hour. Well, we got a 6-minute red dot. Accidentally found that out. See if that can change because the 3 minutes still going up. 1 minute red. Red is continuing and not really showing favorable situation. So ultimately, and then what else do we have? 1 day red dot still looming. Money flow is green and going up. Trend change down. So what's happening now is, see, it's just, see, that's the 1 minute. 1 minute's topping out. Not looking good. This could end up being a wash trade for me. Could have been a great trade, but again, I don't trust where this is going. Looking at all the other indicators. We got 2 red candles again. Money flow's not really showing us any promise. Looks like we're getting another green candle for a higher high. We're at the 60 level as well. We'd want to break through this significantly, especially at this low level. 1 day down, let's see, 12 minutes, still hasn't went green yet. We're waiting for 12 minute to go green, but still no. Okay, so the 6 minute red dot has disappeared, okay? Bear symbol there, that has disappeared. We're trying to ride this out. I'm known for cutting my trade short to stay in profit, but we're trying to ride it out. It was a $4.54 fee just to enter the trade. 100x, 11,000 size on these little scalps. You don't want to enter in heavy at these. I mean, I wouldn't have entered in heavy at this level. I didn't. I did enter in a yeah. Previously, it was a $12,000 trade because it's just the trust at this level is very low, and I'm almost gonna cut it. I'm gonna just cut it because I don't like how it looks. Again, I don't like having losing trades. Everybody is losing trades. I have losing trades. Like, we'll sit here and let this play out, but personally, I don't like where it's going. I've had 2 basically wash trades in a row, right? Well, $18 long and a $6 long, right? If it continues up, great. If it doesn't, I mean, this would have to be a hell of a reversal from here in order to go back up from here. But ultimately, yeah, you want to hit the value area low, and then worst case, or sorry, we want to hit the value area low for this little local area, and then ultimately you want to hit this value area, the previous value area low that I guess can go to the hour, that came from this structure right here, from the bottom of this to the top of that. That's how we got that level. Bullishly, we want to retest. Bullishly, we want to retest this the previous point of control, which we're gonna, no, it's the local point of control. We want to retest the local point of control right there. Local value area low, we're gonna just call it that one. All right, so this, again, you want to have a scalp account, and you want to have a day trade account, and you want to have a long-term account. You don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, so to speak. Duck is killing me too. Let's see. Yeah, I just don't like where this is going. So this is also a good time if you do anticipate, if you did get in to a lot of altcoins, it's a good time to add liquidity to your account. So you don't want to be over leveraged either. You don't want your liquidation price to be so close to your entry price. You want it to be at least, I like to say, either 0, or you want it to be 10x away from your entry price. If your entry price is $5, then you want your liquidation price to be 50 cents, worst case scenario. So yeah, taking a look Again, yeah, we're starting to curl back down. No real promises of money flow. Still flat. We could get a second tap of this, or we could get a tap of this point of control or this value area low. We'll have to keep an eye on that. You can set a trigger limit order at this level, at one of these levels. If you enter in at 116,050, then you can use the local value area low as you can use that as a stop loss, or you can just use the original entry 100, or the original, not entry necessarily, the current value area low. I wonder why I have it right there. Usually, okay, usually I use the green for that. Can use that as, so we called that, obviously, that's why 12-minute. We'll call it local liquidity grab. You can use this immediate value point of control as your stop loss level. This is a tough one. Yeah, even if we do get this, even if we do hit this target 116,700, this level is excruciating. So usually what that tells me is, so we got a green dot on the 1 minute for a continuation. Usually what that tells me is what that usually tells me is this level, we could hit these resistance levels and then we pull back again for a stronger support level. What would be that stronger support level? Let's see if we can find it. You have the point of control down here, 115,500. You also have the value area low at this, I called liquidity grab, at 115,100. Okay, looks like we are going to get the, I mean, we could get the move up. Got a little bounce here. We won't still want to see this, the money flow continuing up. This will be an excruciating level. Rejected from the 60. It's an excruciating level. See if there's anything else I can show you. Yeah, you can see we got that little dip this morning. We got that damn near on target, and we rode it up to the next, to the local point of control for a very nice trade. Okay, so the 12-minute still hasn't went red. That's a good sign. 12-minute, I guess this is called the crab arm clip. There's no divergence from here. And when we don't have divergence, see, we got a move there down to the previous value area low, and then we pulled back a little bit. We got a bull div, and you could have rolled that up. But since we don't have a divergence, we're looking just for the next resistance level. That's how we just keep it very simple, in which for us, we're going to just ride it up to either 117,000 or 116,700, or if you're feeling froggy, leave some on the board for 116,800 or so. So we're going to continue to ride this up. It's looking decent now that we're starting to see some curvature here. We're starting to see money flow coming in. That's how you know money's coming in, since remember we got this breakthrough right here, and you could have taken profit right there for a nice little take profit. The 1 minute is still showing that it could continue up. We got momentum wave continue, or money flow continuing up as well. We can probably just start going to the 3 minute. We should, yeah, we're seeing from the 3 minute, we're also seeing the curl up. We finally got the breakthrough, the money flow as well. So we won't see a red dot until higher than this red dot right over here. That is another sign you want to see. So that ends up becoming a higher high in the momentum waves. We also got momentum change from a downtrend to an uptrend. We're hugging the top of the RSI. The RSI is hugging the top of the indicator resistance level at 100. It can go flat. It doesn't have to hit and then come back down. That's a incorrect notion, thinking that it has to. So I did get back into a YOLO long on my other account, which is my long-term account, or mid-term account anyways, because once I saw that green dial, I was like, okay, maybe we are doing something. So we are, the 1 minute momentum wave is continuing to bust open. We're getting a hyper trend, which is what I like to call it. We're going from purple to red. That's a very good sign. And I think we should be able to finish this target out when we're almost there. Boom. We hit our first target at 116,700. When you go to 700, there we go. So unfortunately, I took out everything out of it. You'll see it, I'm going to post it in the group. I took everything out of that trade. 1 minute's continuing to rise. So you would have been able to make, we're going to do two things here. We're going to do what was a long position if you entered in at this point of control and sold all the way up to 117,000, say 700, depending on your exchange, with the stop loss set to the value area low, then you would have had a 4.26 risk to reward ratio. And that would have converted into a 70, either if you use a 10x, 7% scalp, 100x would have been 70% scalp win for me. I'll post it in the group. Come join the Discord if you're not there already. It was a $71 win. That ended up being a 34% win for me because I entered in pretty late, 116,380 for that. For that, you can't call it a revenge trade. Do we call it a vengeance trade? Do we call it a makeup trade? Whatever it is. If I was, like I said, I'm notorious for exiting very early if I don't like what I see. But I did re-enter on this green candle right there. What was it right here? Right there. Right there. And then I knew where the target was, so I was safe to say, all right, we're probably going to go there. We're still on the 1 minute. The indicators still look like they're going up, and they did. Now we're starting to clip down. You could have took it at 116,700 for a nice little 7 to 70% trade. So we're going to leave it at that. Again, every time we hit these, we get these drops and hit these quasi or semi or strong supports, I will attempt to record to show that this strategy does work using market cipher, using fixed range volume profile as well. And this is how you properly use the 1 minute chart. Most people use it, they just jump straight into it because they've seen these pro traders do it themselves, but this is the proper way to do it. And again, let's go back. We got the drop. We set up where the next support and resistances could have been. We have this tight range going along from here. So we took from the start of this range to the end of the range to get, well, typically we do that to get that level. But since we knew we were coming into the end of a range, we wanted to take from the very bottom of the range, which was the outlier of the range, to the top of it, to the top of the local range. We now knew our range was from here to here. We marked that out with the fixed range volume profile, and then we were able to say, okay, we could probably be going down to 115,900, or even down to this point of control, 115,600 or so. And we could then zoom in after we understood that, oh, we got the breakdown. We now zoom into the 1 minute and watch that level very carefully. Then we looked for bullish divergences and the momentum wave breakthrough of the money flow to the upside, and then we watch the continuation. All right, we're hitting the previous value area low. That would have been the maximum scalp trade for me. But I accidentally, I wasn't paying attention enough to only sell 80% of my trade and let the rest of the 25% run. We're now hitting 116,900. Hey, this can turn into an even bigger trade. On my very long-term account, I'm still in at from 102, so I don't really care. So we're going to leave it at that. Again, if you have any questions, this is possible. Yes, it's taken me probably a year to learn, to really understand Market Cipher B, and another few months to learn how to use fixed range volume profile properly to implement this strategy. But it's possible for anybody. If you want to learn, come join the Bitcoins premium channel, link in the description below. And we're going to leave it at that. Thanks for watching.